Welcome back to Double Oak 7. I'm Carl.
And I'm Hannah.
And tonight we are doing our weekly review. We've kind of been going on along the Buffalo Trace Distillery, some of their bottles. And last week we did Eagle Rare. This week we are doing some E.H. Taylor. So E.H. Taylor, Colonel E.H. Taylor, he's an honorary colonel. He is a pretty pivotal person in the bourbon world industry. He had at one point, I think, 7 distilleries. He purchased the OFC, which is now, part of Buffalo Trace, or is Buffalo Trace, I should say. He was pivotal in the Bottled in Bond Act, which is why a lot of his bottles, most of his bottles, are bottled in bond. And he also created some of the ways that we are, distilling and making bourbon today. So the bottles are still housed in warehouses that were made by E.H. Taylor way back in the day. Still handcrafted and follow a lot of the same blending and manufacturing techniques that were used by him. So we're going to give this a try today. So we got these cool little fun glasses that I picked up while I was on the bourbon trail. This one is from the Whiskey Thief Distilling Company. That was a lot of fun. They actually pulled the whiskey straight out of the barrel to let us taste it. And then
This is the Kentucky Peerless Distilling Company.
That one was okay. Not my favorite. A lot of their stuff was more high rye, and so not my favorite in the world, but still very good bourbon.
Is this called a stemless Glencairn?
I don't know. Maybe a mini Glencairn.
Mini Glencairn.
So anyways, while I'm pouring here,
I have my prestigious iPad over here today to reference for all of our notes.
All the notes.
All of the notes.
The high notes.
Oh wait. No, I'll just read it today.
You just read it?
Yeah.
Well, real quick before we get into it. So it is bottled in bond. So if you don't remember what bottled in bond is, you can go back and watch one of my other videos where I kind of go more in depth about it. But it will be 100 proof and aged for at least 4 years. They say that there is no age statement on here, but they say that it's like 6 to 8 years for the small batch. And it is mash bill number 1, which is the same mash bill as the Eagle Rare that we tried last week.
Oh,
so
fancy.
So it's kind of interesting, all made from Buffalo Trace, same mash bill, but see how different it tastes and how much we like or dislike this one compared to last week's. One last thing, E.H. Taylor has a lot of different styles and brands that they sell. This is just a small batch. I'd like to find and get my hands on a couple of the other ones that they have. But this is all that I've been able to really find. Price point on this, I think MSRP is like around $60-ish, $68, something like that. Can't remember what I paid for, but secondary market's pretty crazy on this one. I do know that. So
When is it not?
Yeah. I feel like almost everything Buffalo Trace is a little crazy, with the exception of actual Buffalo Trace.
So the nose. Oh, it smells so good. It's not very ethanol-y smelling.
Nope.
So what we're supposed to be getting is warm, sweet, and fragrant with notes of baked toffee apples, caramel corn, dried cherries, vanilla, and light oak. That was a mouthful.
I'm getting vanilla. I'm also getting a little peppery on there.
Yeah, maybe. It smells like a warm hug. That's
You get
my
something
nose.
kind of like sweet in there. It's very pleasant nose.
Yeah. It smells really
definitely
good.
liking this one.
Yeah. You know what it smells like? And I know I've said this before, but it kind of smells like a port.
A port?
Yeah. I think that's why I like it.
Like it?
Yeah. Like all the same kind of smells you get when you're smelling.
We need to get
port.
some. I need to pick up a Angel's Envy. So all of the Angel's Envy is done in, well, all of their bourbon is done in port barrels. So, well,
okay.
Let's dive in.
We're doing our swishy, right?
Doing our swishy.
Doesn't count. I got to get used to this swishy.
Real nice legs on there.
Yeah, I literally turned this sideways completely, and then I watched it come back.
Got a good mouthfeel. Good color to it.
Okay. Rich and creamy with butterscotch, caramel candy, cinnamon, and well-integrated oak. Has a refined sweetness that transitions into baking spices. I will say the oak is well integrated. I'm actually getting that.
Getting the oakiness. You know, I think
a lot more than I thought I would based off. I thought it was going to be a little bit sweeter, I guess.
Yeah,
Let me try
it's really sweet on the nose. I do get a little bit of that oakiness on the flavor. That one thing, I don't know if you remember last week, the Eagle Rare, although I really liked it, and maybe it was because of the 10-year on there, is the tannins from the oak seem to dry my mouth out so much, where this has more of a velvety,
It is.
kind of like buttery mouthfeel to it. So flavor wise,
Creamy.
I actually feel like I like the Eagle Rare better than this one. Mouthfeel wise, I like this because I feel like it's a little buttery, and it also makes for a better finish, in my opinion.
I concur. The palette is not quite what I want it to be. And I don't know what I want it to be, but it's missing something. In my non-expert opinion.
The more I dive into it, though, the more I keep drinking it, the more I feel like I like it.
The finish is actually really good. I think.
Yeah.
Let me
And
try
100
it
proof is 100 proof around 100 to 110. I think is definitely my cup of tea for, drinking neat and flavor and stuff like that. And so, Bottled and Bonds, Knob Creek, even like the Bardstown is up to 107. I like a lot of those right around that proof area.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it brings in a flavor, but it's not such a kick in the face. And this one is really, really good. I feel like I could easily just, drink this neat.
Oh, I didn't even say what the finish was. I've been so enthralled with trying to
pull more flavor out of it.
Long, soft, and dry, with lingering notes of warm baking spices, pepper, and charred oak. Yeah. I like it. It's got,
I do really like the finish on it, like I said.
it's like a whole adventure. It's kind of like a book with a
Kinda like
good cover. A book with a good cover.
Yeah, and it keeps getting better as you read into it.
Yeah. Well, there's like a little plot twist in the middle where you're like, I don't know if I like this book, or a lull, if you will.
And then you're like, no, it's getting really good. And then the next thing you know, the bottle's finished.
Exactly. Okay, any hoozy. So
rating time.
Rating time. I'm gonna. Do you need a calculator?
Sure, we can pull it up.
Whoa, I don't know what I was doing. Calculating before. Okay, so first is.
So we rate everything off of taste. Nose, taste, mouthfeel, finish, and lastly price. We add ours together and we kind of come up with a rating out of 10. Again, this is our opinion of the bourbon. Other people's flavor profile and stuff may be different because of that. And we also are just developing our flavor profile ourselves. So we've been doing this now for 6 months, and I feel like we've definitely grown a lot. But yeah, so let's jump into it. So the nose, I like the nose.
Me too. I'd give it a 9.
I was gonna say 8.
Okay. Cool.
So let's see. The next was going to be we can go to the mouthfeel. I also like the mouthfeel a lot on this one. I think I'm going to keep it probably at an 8.
Same. Okay.
The taste. I like the taste. The more I got into it, the more I seem to like it. Didn't pull as much sweetness to me. However, it was a very easy drinker. It did have some good flavor. I got some notes of the peppery baking spices.
I like this one.
You like the smell? Yeah, I know you gave it a 9. So
I'm gonna give mine a 6. I don't know. I wasn't huge.
I was gonna say 7.
Okay. I thought about 6.5, but then I was like, nah.
And then finish. I again like the finish. I think that sometimes I feel like the mouthfeel and finish kind of go hand in hand. And this one, I definitely had a nice buttery mouthfeel to it, which made the finish last and feel better. Also go 8.
Same. And then MSRP was
the price is weird.
50?
So it was in the 60s, I think. So if you can get it for MSRP, that's the thing. Most of the time, I feel like I'm seeing it go over $100.
Oh.
But we're going off at MSRP. I mean, it's a good bottle. It's bottled in bond, aged for approximately 6 to 8 years. So, going off of the $10 per year of age, I think it's a fair price if you can get it at that. So I would probably say 7 for price if you got it at MSRP.
Okay. So
7.6.
Yep.
Which I can't remember. I think that's pretty. 7.6, 7.8, somewhere around
it was
there.
somewhere, which is interesting that it ended up being around the same, but they're very different.
Yes, same mash bill, technically same company, but 2 very different bourbons. I'd like to do these as a blind.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
We should do a Buffalo Trace blind here pretty soon.
We've got plenty of cardboard boxes.
Yep.
Keep it behind the box.
We'll get a couple of more Buffalo Trace products and do a Buffalo Trace blind. So, all right. Well, I'm all out. I guess
I've got a sip.
Maybe I should have rated that a little bit higher. So, until next week. Next week we are doing Buffalo Trace.
Surprise!
Yeah. So
Shaka.
We'll give that a try and see how we like that mash bill number 2. So until next week, cheers, guys.
Cheers.